Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of TK's Parking Lot Picks. It is me, TK Nation at 47. You can find my work at fantasybaseball.com. We got a 9-game slate today. We got a couple good pitching matchups and a couple good hitting stacks to target. We're going to jump right in. Got to make this quick. Pat Corbin, 10-4, highest pitcher on the slate, minus 110 favorite, 8.5 total. He just faced the Mets in his last time out. He gave up 3 runs on 8 hits, but he struck out 8, getting the win. He's got a 14% swing and strike rate this year, 10 K per 9, 3 walk per 9, 28% K rate, 49% ground ball, 34% hard contact rate. So he's doing really well, getting a little unlucky. Corbin does give up some long balls. Conforto kind of has his number, so that's something to look out for. 3-5 against the Mets lifetime with a 4.4 ERA. So he's got mixed results against the Mets in his lifetime, but he has faced them enough. Depending on how many righties are in this Mets lineup, I think Corbin makes out to be a good cash play on the slate. Pitching is kind of slim in this slate. We got a couple good hitting matchups to pay up for, so 10-4, probably a good start for GPP picks. We'll see if we can get to them in cash, depending on how expensive the Tigers can get and how chalky they are. But 10-4, Patrick Corbin, good GPP pick on the slate. My favorite cash play on the slate for pitching probably goes to Kyle Gibson, 8-6, minus 180 favorite, 8.5 total. Just picked him up in my season long league as well. He's got really good K numbers, and he's in a weak division for hitting. Minus the Astros when they get going again. He's got 13 Ks in 2 starts. Last time we saw him, he had 6 innings, gave up 3 runs on a bomb, and he did finish with 9 Ks. That's really good stuff. 28% K rate, 53% ground ball rate this year, and he's got a 13% swing and strike rate. So I really like Gibson to get some Ks tonight against the Mariners offense. Next up, I will talk about a fade real quick. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the industry is going to be hoping for positive regression for Mr. McCullers here at 8-2, minus 220 favorite. That leads me to believe that he is going to be pretty high owned, 9.5 total. Last time we saw him pitch, it was 3 2/3, gave up 8 runs, 1 homer. He only finished with 1 K. He hasn't really figured it out since his surgery. I thought he was going to have a good year after a good spring and good little startup when we first got going from the pandemic and interleague scrimmages. He does have a 55% ground ball rate, but they're hitting the ball 45% hard. So McCullers is kind of a fade for me on this slate. Just wanted to talk about that, maybe help steer you away from somebody who could potentially get bombed on the slate. He is facing the Giants. It doesn't scare me, but they have good lefties like Yastrzemski, Dickerson, and they're kind of swinging the bat really well. Dubon's got a 14-game hitting streak, so I'm trying to stay away from McCullers tonight. Next up, we got Dustin May. He's got really good stuff. Pitching Ninja's loving this guy. I mean, he's got some wicked 2-seam action. Hits the gun around 99. Six innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 homer, 1 walk, 8 Ks last time versus the Padres. Same team he's facing tonight. He's got 9 Ks per 9, 26% K rate, 54% ground ball rate. He's keeping the ball in the yard, too, with a 40% homer to fly ball rate. Padres really hot right now, but he did show in his last start that he could tame the Padres offense right now. Tatis is crushing the ball. It's going to be somebody I'm scared of, maybe somebody I'm going to target as well on hitting, but Dustin May at 7-7 as a minus 150 favorite and 8.5 total. I really like Dustin May. Next up, I got my boy Randy Dobnak. I've kind of played him a little bit this year. He's done really well. 2-1 on the year. He's only given up 3 hits in each of his 3 starts this year. Only given up 1 run, too. He's got a sub-1 ERA. I don't expect that to last, but I'm not naive. But Dobnak's pitching really well. He's going to get the Brewers, and I've been targeting the Brewers a lot this year. He's 7-5 on an even line with an 8.5 total. The K numbers are low, so we're going to need another win. We're going to need, more of the same. Ground ball rates 68%. Last year was 52%, so that's right in line with what he's doing. From the pitching standpoint, and the hard contact's low, and his walks are low. So I'm only fearful of Dobnak if he's walking a lot of guys, and he's not. So I'm really on board with Dobnak for a win. Twins coming off a brutal series against the Royals. They got lit up. So I'm thinking they try to bounce back against a weak Brewers team this year. Hitting, we got Coors. Let's just start with that before we run out of time. Rockies, 12 total. Arenado's, Blackman, the whole lineup is in play. I don't like Robbie Ray anymore. I think it's a brutal matchup for Robbie Ray and Coors. The BVP is insane. Arenado over 3 bombs. Hampson batting over 500. Story's got over 4 or 5 homers against him. Kemp's got 2 or 3 homers. Blackman's batting over 300 on the lefty on lefty. The only player in the lineup I'm staying away from is probably Dahl. But even then, I'm still interested because I don't think Robbie Ray makes it through the 4th inning, if that. So Rockies going to be chalk, going to be all over the Rockies, going to try to fit them in two cheap pitchers like a Dobnik Gibson combo, and then the Rockies is probably a cash build I'll look into. I don't mind the D-backs on the other side. John Gray is never somebody I pitch. Lamb, Martes, the Escobar, Christian Walker, Stephen Vogt at the catcher position, also a really good option for the D-backs. That'd probably be where I'd start with hitting. Next up, I'd probably go with the Tigers, who are just mashing the ball and winning baseball games. This is really surprising, but you know what? Scope, Miggy, Crone love hitting left-handed hitters. They get a contact lefty in Dallas Keuchel. Candelario and Austin Romine's a really good cheap catching option. And it's a 9 total. I really like the Tigers to keep hitting the ball pretty well. White Sox side, I don't mind them either. Abreu, Garcia, Mazzara, Luis Robert, and Yohan Moncada really hit the Indians relatively well. They will strike out a lot, but you know, we got a bullpen kind of game going with Fulmer, and then that rolls into what's that gentleman for the Tigers following up? Oh shoot, it's a lefty, I think, but I'm interested in the White Sox stack. I like some Rays bats as well in this Boston matchup. There looks like it's going to be a bullpen game for the Red Sox. Give me some of the lefties. Maybe Yandy Diaz hits one over the monster. But Brandon Lowe, Yu-Man Choi, and you got Kevin Kiermaier. You got some good lefties in that lineup. Austin Meadows is back. Looked pretty good against the Yankees in that weekend series, so I do like some Rays bats as well. Rangers lefties against Dunn. Gallows crushing the ball. Rugi Odor loves hitting the ball against Seattle. You can't go wrong with some lefty power bats. But one-off Trout, as always, definitely going to be targeting him. He's got good BVP against the gentleman from Oakland. Believe that to be Sean Manaea. He's got like 4 homers off of Manaea, and the Dodgers going up against Perdomo. The Dodgers stack hasn't gone off in a while, but they've been tagging some homers. It's kind of like a hit or miss in when you're going to get the right homer, but I think Bellinger, Muncy, Betts, Turner, Seager, Taylor, all good PvP against Mr. Perdomo, so I could see the Dodgers doing some damage as well. That'll do it. That'll wrap it up for this week's, or for today's TK's Parking Lot Picks. As always, like and subscribe the video. I appreciate your guys' attention as always, and everyone have a good day. Thanks.